Okay, welcome back, creatures of the night, as we enjoy another watch along special here on the podcast. This time, WrestleMania 14. The Phenom, the Lord of Darkness, the Undertaker, battles the Big Red Machine, his half brother, the son of pallbearer, Kane. Kane's first match against the Undertaker in the WWF. And there is no better person to join me for this watch along than my Canadian brother of destruction, the Kane exclusive collector to my Undertaker exclusive collector, Kanenite10 from Instagram. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. I like the brother of destruction from Cat. That's good. Yeah, it's true. I mean, here we are. There's not
Right?
very many people. I know we've talked about this, but there's not very many people that just collect one thing. So, or one guy.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that a lot. Like, there's not a lot of like character exclusive collectors, but I love it. I love just focusing on one person. So when I saw that you are just a Kane collector, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I gotta talk to you, gotta start a friendship here, you know,
Yeah,
see how everything goes. And it's just like we just hit it off perfectly here.
yeah, and here we are now, getting mail calls and helping each other find stuff.
Right?
I hooked you. You bought from him before, but I kind of hooked you up with the Blade guy
Mm-hmm.
that I got lucky about. I don't know his full name. Was it Blade underscore 617? Is that what it is?
517, I think.
517.
Yeah.
Okay. He had posted, you're going to talk about recent pickups, I know. He had posted a Kane Rumble gear, and those things are beyond hard to find, and I asked him if it was for sale. And funny enough, I had actually spoken to him on eBay about another set that he had recently sold. And so I got a few pickups from him that I'm quite excited about. I haven't quite got them yet, but I got a Kane Rumble gear off of him. I got a WF Attitude Micro Bendham set, which those are
Yeah.
extremely rare. And I probably ended up scooping that from you because I believe
Probably.
there's an Undertaker in it, but I'll keep my eyes peeled for you. And I got a couple other things. I already had the water bottle, but this um, Blade gentleman had a sealed one. The
Ooh.
seal was partially off, but I still like. I'm never gonna probably see another sealed one, so I thought I should jump on it.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I purchased from him maybe about a year ago on Facebook, and I didn't know he had Instagram. I didn't know he had an eBay store, especially. I was like, just browsing one of those wrestling groups on Facebook. He was selling a bunch of stuff. I said, "Hey, you got any more Undertaker stuff?" He hit me up, and then you passed it on to me on Instagram, and I was like, "Got any stuff recently?" He just threw so much stuff at me. I was like, "Whoa." So
Yeah,
much of the
that
stuff, so much
same
of the
with
stuff I
me. I was
don't
sort of
have.
like, "What do you got? What do you got for Kane?" sort of thing, and he threw a bunch at me too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'd say 80% of what he sent, maybe even a little more, I had. Like they had
Hmm.
the finishing moves packs. I remember he had up there. He
Yeah.
had you picked it up, the Survivor Series 4 pack.
Yeah.
Kane, Rock, Undertaker, and Austin, I believe,
Hmm.
is in that. I thought about grabbing it because the one that I have is has a little bit of box wear to it, but I said no, I shouldn't because I'm got enough off of them, sort of thing.
Yeah. It was like he showed me that. I was like, oh, definitely needed that one because that one was like so hard to find for me for some reason.
Yeah,
He,
there's a couple on eBay, but they're kind of expensive. People are
yeah.
those big box sets are kind of selling for pretty good prices. So
Yeah. And he had the Brothers of Destruction 3 pack with Stone Cold. I was like, yes, I have hardly seen that one, especially for a good price.
yeah, you
I
got
was like,
that. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you got that for a steal, my friend. And if anybody needs a good buyer, Blade underscore 517 is, I believe, his Instagram name. His name's Alan. He's a
yep.
great seller. Hit him up. He's got a great collection too. Lots of rare stuff.
Yeah, I put him over so much on the past podcast episode of everything I got.
Nice.
Yeah, the next week's episode, I'm gonna talk about the second round of things that I received from him. So looking forward to that.
That's sweet, yeah. And as far as this match, this WrestleMania 14 match, a little bit of a backstory for myself. Um, I'm yes, I wrestle. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm in the indies. I've had a WWE tryout. I'm trying to get signed. I keep my identity a little bit of a secret because it's kind of marky to be a super collector, even though I know like Zack Ryder is and stuff, and maybe someday. But anyways, um, this match really brought me back into wrestling. When I was a kid, I really loved wrestling, obviously, as I'm sure you did as well. And I kind of had when I was how old was I when Kane unmasked? 12, 11? I was 11. And it really bummed me out at the time. And I was like, oh, I still watched, but I was like kind of bummed out about it because I just loved the Kane character. And when
Of
I
course.
moved, when I moved the next year, and I got internet for the first time, and even though it was only dial up, I was on like Kazaa and LimeWire and stuff, and I would download any Kane matches that I could find because I'd never seen this early Kane stuff. I'd seen that my earliest memories are like Kane and X-Pac, the tag.
Okay, so we're like the
So
same age. I was born in 92.
I was born in late '91, so yeah,
Okay.
same age.
Yeah, so yeah, my earliest memories is of Kane is Kane and X-Pac because my earliest memory of Undertaker is with him, crucifying Austin and then the ministry. So
Yeah,
right
yeah,
around
that's
that.
like my early Undertaker memories too, is him and Big Show, obviously, because
Oh yeah.
him and Big Show were against him and X-Pac. Like that summer '99 was like really when I started. So this early '98, '97 Kane stuff I'd never seen. And so I just started downloading matches, and I downloaded this match, and it blew my mind. Like when did I watch this match? When I was 12 or 13, and it really was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I I still say it's my favorite match. It's probably the not most technically sound match. I haven't watched this match in a few years now, so I'm kind of excited to revisit it. But I remember like some cool stuff happening in it, so I'm curious how it holds up.
Yeah. And of course, we're talking about this match because of the Ultimate Edition Series 11,
Of course,
WrestleMania 14 Undertaker and WrestleMania 14 inspired Kane. Even
pretty
though
much, yeah.
even though the mainstay is the cape, he's got that slick back hair head scan, which is basically how he goes toe to toe with the Undertaker. That's how Kane looks. He's got his hair slicked back behind his neck.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
it's
think that's where they took
basically
it from.
yeah, it's basically WrestleMania 14, Undertaker and Kane. And I thought it'd be the best match to talk about. This is the best time to do it. And I got the best person to talk about it with. And I believe my first memory of this match was watching like the highlights on the Undertaker Phenom VHS.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, I remember wearing out that VHS because, my first memories was like early 99 Undertakers. And that VHS is perfect because it's like 1996 to 1998. So it's like everything that I have missed, like the
A f-
core of his uh feuds with Mankind, Shawn Michaels, Kane is in that tape. So it's like they gave you not only this match, they also gave you the Inferno match and Breakdown and everything with Kane that comes after this. So it's like, oh my God, this is such a great feud because by 1999, he wasn't really feuding with Kane anymore. It was more Austin and Vince and
Yeah.
tagging with Big Show and everything else. So I missed all of the backstory with Kane. So the VHS like caught me up to speed. And
Yeah, that's like the one thing about getting the internet is I remember I downloaded this, forget how long the video was, but it was basically a recap of the story of Kane,
oh,
similar
okay.
to I'm sure your VHS where it had, Paul Bear turning on the Undertaker and him talking about the secret and all these other things and saying Kane's alive and then
Yep.
providing proof of like he had this little token and it was all burnt and the Undertaker's was the matching one and all this other stuff and how Undertaker was calling him a liar and then how he finally debuted at Hell in a Cell and then it went through the story of that Undertaker wouldn't fight Kane and wouldn't wrestle Kane. And Kane kept provoking the Undertaker and attacking everybody in sight. And then they had a little alliance just before the Royal Rumble in 1998. And then Kane turned on him and put him in the casket and set it on fire. And then the Undertaker had that great comeback with that great promo
Oh,
where
yes. I love that
he
promo.
he had to go talk to his parents and tell them what he had to do, and he had to fight Kane. And oh yeah, it's great stuff. Fun fact that that Inferno match too, that promo where Paul Bearer, the promo package, it's
Hmm.
on the Undertaker Tombstone DVD. I'm sure it's findable anywhere, but that's like one of my favorite promo packages. The I had a dream, like
Hmm.
that's oh good stuff.
Oh my God, yes. I have not seen that promo package in such a long time, but just that Paul, you mimicking Paul Bearer there, oh, it brings it back.
It's
Yes, with
Paul Bear was so good. He was such a good catalyst for this feud. He was
oh yeah.
really underrated. Like I know people do consider him a good manager, but I truly think he was underrated as a manager, and I do think he was underrated as a talker. He like the
I
story of
agree.
Undertaker and Kane when he come out and told the secret, and Undertaker came out and slapped him after. That was like a 10-minute promo, and it was really engaging and really interesting. And he told the story about how he worked at the funeral home and who did I see, that red-headed devil, the Undertaker? And like him and his brother Kane, and he come back and the funeral home was in ashes, burnt to the ground, and he killed his family and all this. Just such a great storyteller, very old school guy from like the 70s, really good talker. Lots of respect for Paul Bear.
Oh, I love Paul Bearer. Definitely missed. And this
Yes.
feud with Undertaker and Kane, with the addition of Paul Bearer, it's just magic. You know, like they say the story of Undertaker and Kane is the best story that WWE has ever told. And with the addition of Paul Bearer, it's just the icing on the cake for it. Because
They really needed it, especially for Kane, because Kane was mute and everything. But
mm,
that, yeah, that for a fleshed out story, that was like a couple years in the making.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really good, and we're really lucky that we got like obviously Undertaker is. When I was growing up, I was, being a heavy Kane guy, always like, why does everyone say the Undertaker is so great? Blah blah blah. Like Kane's just a, but like now that I'm a wrestler and I watch the Undertaker, especially his old stuff, I'm like, okay, I get it. This dude's like legit top three all around guys, let alone a big guy that's 7 feet tall. This guy's knows what he's fucking doing psychology wise and shit. But yeah, and then we're lucky too that Kane, like, I mean, if they had to put anybody else as Kane, I don't think it would have went the way it did.
I agree. I mean, it had to be somebody that matched Undertaker's not only his stature, but also the way he moved in the ring. Because
Oh, absolutely.
if you're portraying them as brothers or like half brothers, whatever, they're supposed to like feed off each other. Like they're supposed to know exactly what the other one is supposed to be doing.
But to be fair, if you had like was it Brian Adams who was the fake Undertaker, or is that Brian Clark?
It's not Adam Bomb.
Not
That's not.
Brian Adams.
No, I think it's
That's a
Brian Lee or
singer.
something. Brian Lee.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, if they had him as Kane, I don't think it would have, with all due
Yeah,
respect to him, I don't think it would have flown.
I agree. I mean, I think Glenn Jacobs he's perfect. He's perfect for Kane.
He really was, yeah.
He's
That early
perfect.
Kane is just such phenomenal stuff. But
Because then you got to think about what comes after this. When Kane starts becoming more human, when he has X-Pac, and then the Brothers of Destruction, and then when he be able to cut promos and talk more, and then unmasked, you have to think not just like here, but like a good 20 years down the line, Glenn Jacobs was perfect for it.
yeah, absolutely. And such an agile big guy too. And he really
Yeah,
got really yacked up in 2000, 2001. He got huge, monstrously huge, like
yeah,
especially in the Brothers of Destruction time. I always post about his physique because like man, that guy was yacked.
right. Yeah, I mean, he went from like so slim and trim in like 99, 2000, and like he just bulked up and it's like, whoa.
Well, it's funny because like I swear 97, 98, even around here, he was almost a little, I want to say pudgy, not
Hmm.
pudgy, but definitely a little heavier. But
Yeah,
then in 99, he really leaned out. And then 2000, he just put on all this muscle. And 2001, the same. And then 2002, he leaned out again. It's
yeah.
crazy to see the metamorphosis of a guy's physique over the years. And Undertaker, speaking of, I heard on a podcast that he was in 2007 when he got really jacked. He was like working out with Batista a lot and stuff. And I thought that was interesting because I kind of remember that. And looking back, it's like, you know what? Undertaker was looking really good, especially for
Yeah,
his age.
yeah, he was really slim and trim.
Not even that. He was put on some good size too. Like he was a pretty muscular, got pretty
Yeah,
muscular around that time. Yeah. And he was
I think
moving
that's
really
when,
good still.
yeah, I started to see like he had like abs. He had defined abs almost, when he would
Yeah.
take down the singlet after he would win like the championship from Batista and Edge. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's something I didn't notice before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see like how everything, well, especially with the rivalry, it goes from, they're against each other, then they're with each other. I don't know how you feel about them, with the Brothers of Destruction and everything, but I think I I like them together more than fighting against each other. But I think
Oh,
it
I
would,
love the Brothers of Destruction.
yeah, yeah, me
I
too.
That was like my big prime Undertaker because keep in mind you're probably the same. When I first started watching, there was a little bit of the Undertaker, then he disappeared, and then when he came back as the American Badass,
Mhm.
he did feud with Kane, and then I was what 9, 10 when they were really tagging up the Brothers of Destruction. It was the coolest thing, right?
Yeah, it was because that became like my memories of Kane is with Brothers of Destruction, him tagging with Undertaker, because like I said, I missed all that feud. I had to
Yeah,
catch up on the feud, and then I had that like really glimpse of a rivalry, with the tag team championships and then with the SummerSlam match, but then didn't really turn into like a long feud. So it's like, and then before you knew it, they were back together and just like it was just so cool. It was like uh they worked so well together as a tag team. And again, going back to such great character work from both of them.
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really liked. I was all for the Brothers of Destruction. I mean, you're like I said, a kid, and like you sort of said that was your big introduction to Kane. That was my big introduction to Undertaker, if you will. And yeah, it was really cool. Two big ass badass dudes just tagging up. It's always like
Yeah,
cool to see.
it is. It's just fun to see how, especially us in particular, how we it's such a fun mirror. I
Yeah,
Undertaker was my first big guy, Kane was yours, and then we came to see the other person in such a better light and like around the same time. It's
yeah,
just
absolutely.
a fun thing to think about, like, so before we get started with the match, um you mentioned that you are getting a Rumble gear from
I sure
Blade on
am.
Instagram. I saw the photos. I love the stuff they packed with that Kane set. For some reason, it just pops better than like the stuff like in the I told you in the Undertaker set. It's like um I don't know. To me, the stuff they put out for Kane is just amazing in that set.
It's kind of funny. I think Cade's is a little better because it like he wears a mask, so it makes more sense to have him as a mask, whereas the Undertaker's is like his face, right? And then
Yeah.
you had some pretty goofy things, like didn't you have a hatchet in one of them and stuff like that? Like,
I totally I think it was part of the Buried Alive segment on my podcast once, the one with the hatchet. I'm like, when did he ever use a hatchet?
yeah, like that's I don't know, maybe like when Kane put him in the cat, I don't know.
Uh,
But Kane's is
don't
like
make
what, a
excuses.
glove,
Don't need to make excuses.
a glove, a waistband, but they all have Kane's like then logo on it, which I think is kind of corny, but it's like probably cool for a kid and stuff. So
Yeah, and
I don't know. Like I like it enough, but it's more, hey, this is super rare and super hard to find. I want it. You know?
I have never even seen that. And I don't know how much you paid for it. You could tell me um, after the show, but I really have never seen something like that before. And like I said, it's even hard to find Undertaker ones on eBay or anywhere because I
Yeah,
think it
those Rumble
just,
gears are rare.
yeah,
I
it's
I I've
super
seen
rare.
one Kane one once, and this was
Really?
probably a couple years ago. I keep in mind I really kind of got into collecting again. Well, maybe it was more recent than a year. I kind of went off and on with it, and now that I like made the Instagram, I'm like back like full bore, pedal to the metal. Like, okay, this is sweet again, right? Um, and I only ever saw one for sale that I can remember within the last couple years, and it sold really quick too. So,
Yeah, most of those things like some of those Bendham sets, like I
oh,
remember you showed me about we both just missed one of those Royal Rumble sets on eBay.
that was funny enough. That's Blade. That's the eBay.
That
That
was
was Blade.
his?
That was Blade. Yeah, because I was messaging him about it, and he said he thought he might have another one, and I was like, well, if you do, let me know, sort of thing. And then I messaged him on Instagram about the Rumble pack or the Rumble gear, and he's like, oh, funny enough, you messaged me on eBay, and I found some other Kane stuff, and that's sort of what got the ball rolling for that. But yeah, that was
Wow.
Blade.
That was him. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Funny how fate works sometimes, right?
yeah, right. Like, what are the odds?
What are the odds? That is something. That is something. And like I we could talk all day about and we could totally miss the match.
That's
We could
fair.
talk
We gotta
all
get
day
into this.
about the collection and everything like that. Like the Bendums, like you're showing me all these type of variants, and I'm like, there is so much shit they put out with the Bendums and the
Oh,
variants. It is
and they're so hard to find. There's
oh,
the
right?
problem is there's two of those Rumble sets. There's not just one. There's freaking two. Like, how are we ever gonna find this? And there's
Yeah.
also another catalog box that is very similar to the Rumble, and it's just called WF Attitude, and it's like
Oh
also
no.
a multi. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if Undertaker's in that for you.
Oh,
Maybe he might be.
oh, of
I don't
course he
know.
probably is. He probably is. You know,
Let
it's
me.
it's 1998 Attitude Era. If it's not Austin in a pack, they're gonna shove Undertaker in there.
It's true. Let me look. I'm just gonna look real quick. Yeah,
And
there's a box, and there is an Undertaker. It's Undertaker,
uh,
Kane, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Shamrock, Austin,
there you
and
go.
it looks like The Rock and someone else. And there's a dumpster and a ladder.
Oh my God. See, I knew I wouldn't get away with not getting that one either. I mean, and like you said, you got an Attitude pack, and those things are stupid rares, and like you said,
Yeah,
that
the Rumble Pack's stupid rare, and the Rumble Pack has a variant, which is even worse.
yeah. And like you said, you got the 4 pack of the Bendums, like it's called Attitude or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I got lucky and I found that. I don't know of a variant to that one. I'm sure there is, but I haven't seen
Yeah.
one at least with Kane. So I hope that that's it.
Yeah. Like I said, I think I got the Undertaker. I think there was 2 Undertaker variants to that, and I got one of them. I think
Oh, you have an Attitude Pack. I didn't know that.
yes. Yeah. I had to dig it out. I had to go through my bins and create a new checklist because sometimes shit I just remember like getting like it was like a year ago when I like when the COVID collecting hit
Yeah.
and like it's just like wow I have this spare time and spare money. I was like what can I buy? And like oh this is interesting. Let me buy this. And it's like I had to go through my bins. If I find it, I have to send you a photo
Yes, absolutely. One thing I'm
because
very lucky about that you, unfortunately, as an Undertaker collector, obviously there's a lot more Undertaker stuff than Kane stuff because the Undertaker's been around for 7 more years for starters and was like a more popular guy, let's be honest.
yeah
But you also have all these exclusives, 1 of 100s, 1 of 3,000, which you just picked up actually for a steal. I remember you telling
yeah
me.
yeah
But the 1 of 100s, like, oh man, I feel sorry for you, man.
oh yeah it's like I have resigned the fact that some of those I probably won't get because it's just a fact, it's crazy expensive and also if people have them, they probably don't want to sell them.
Yeah, they don't come up very often, especially the
Yeah.
100s, right?
Yeah, I love the 100 Classic Superstar one that glows in the dark.
Oh,
I
so do
think that
I.
is
If
beautiful, but
honestly, if I could get one figure that's not Kane that I just would want just to have, it would be that one. That one's so sweet.
I really kick myself for not getting the Brothers of Destruction classic pack that I know you have.
Oh,
Um,
yes, I got it. I got it on release, so I'm very
yeah,
lucky.
yeah, like I said, it was like I recollected Mint on Card when Mattel got the license. So thank God I did. So I don't have to go back and get all the Mattel figures because
Yeah,
those have
that'd be
become
even
crazy
tough.
stupid prices now.
And I
So
Undertaker had a lot of Mattel figures. He has a lot of basics too, does he not?
yes, he has a crap ton of Mattel basics. And the only one I am missing is something called a live event exclusive. It was like sold in like 2011, 2010. It like only like you can get it at like house shows.
Oh,
So for some reason that doesn't come up a lot. And also the battle pack with Kane. When I moved, it got damaged in transit.
oh no. Which battle pack? The Family
40
Fury one or the
no,
first one where he's bald?
the the one with Crazy Eyes Taker and the shovel.
Oh yes, I know what
It's
one you're
like
talking about. That's that
43
I
or
believe is
something.
the later one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's
What
another
is
one.
that? What does that live event one look like? Does it just have basic Mattel packaging?
Yeah, it's just basic Mattel packaging. It's Undertaker. He's posed with his arms up, and it has like Undertaker's name, and on the back it has like his photo and I think a signature or something. It's like really basic.
Huh. Is
Yeah.
is the packaging different though than other generic Mattels, I guess?
No, it's almost packaged like that one of those signature series figures, but it has like different logos on his pants, and it just nothing really special. It's just it doesn't have like a series on it. So like it's like
Interesting.
I don't know. I think it was
I've
only like three
never heard
figures.
of that.
I think it's only him, Mysterio, and Cena they made. It's like,
Well,
wow,
thank God they didn't make a Kane.
right? You escape another one. It's just like I have to get Hasbro Undertakers. You don't have to get Hasbro Canes,
Yeah, thank God.
right? Yeah, another one of those things I resigned. I probably wouldn't get is that mail away from the
I was gonna
Hasbro.
say, good luck getting the bagged one, right?
Thank you, thank you. I will need maybe I got good luck in the one of 3,000 taker for $60. I was like, yes,
That's a
please.
steal, yeah. Maybe like what you can do, I don't know, throw a $50 a paycheck, and in a few years, maybe you can buy it.
Right? Yeah, maybe I'll just open up an Undertaker savings account.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, you are lucky in some regards like that. Is there any Kane exclusives? That's a good question. Besides the deluxe one from Ringside.
Oh yeah, there's a few. There's the Kane Hardcore that's a ringside, and that's
Oh yeah,
about
yeah. That's right.
200 US. Then they had the first ringside that was Kane in the chains with the removable mask. That was like his first
Oh,
ringside exclusive. That one is also a couple $100.
is that from
There was
Mattel?
yep, it
Oh,
was
I don't
one
even
of
remember
Mattel's
that one.
first ringside ones. It was right around like Elite Four time because they
Wow.
released the Elite Four Kane with the towel and the chains, and then they did the same, and they had the buckle attire with the half mask, but you could remove the half mask.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they had that. The packaging is really cool on. They added like extra fire to it and stuff. It's really neat. I'll send it to you. And
Yeah.
then there's also an internet exclusive cane that was one of 3,000, and it was also the buckle attire. This was a Jax one though, and
Okay.
he came also with a removable mask. And the removable mask is super solid, actually. Like it doesn't have the hair attached to it. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
really nice figure. And then there are like there's a 101,000. Everybody had the 101,000 Mattel Basic with the weird goofy ass belt.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, there's also a 101,000 Kane that was a Walmart exclusive. That's a WrestleMania Heritage. there's a few variants of those that are kind of annoying, and you don't see
Oh
those very
yeah.
often. But nothing too, not like a Hasbro mail away that I know of.
Yeah, I know the Undertaker has a heritage one. I have the one with the big obnoxious title belt. But I know there was one with like a Walmart catalog that comes with that. It's like a WrestleMania catalog or something.
Oh yeah, it's like yeah, there's a wrestle. Those are pretty easy to find though, because there's so many of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so. It's just like I'm like debating. Like I have the regular version. I had the title version. Like, do I need the Walmart version? It's like
You do, man. You do. That's part of the
you
man.
are a bad influence on my collecting. You're a bad influence.
That's you
Like
gotta, man. If I feel the pain of like getting like international and different cards and stuff. If I'm going through all this, you gotta feel some pain with me.
oh, I know. Like when I first got to do the Bendums, I was like, okay, he's in the steel cage ring. They have four variants. I'm good on one. And then you said, oh no, I got all these other variants, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I gotta do that. You're a
Y-
terrible influence on my collection.
Yes, I am. Yes,
You're
I
a
am.
terrible influence.
I only have one of the Kane variants actually for those Bendham steel cage, but I know of four of them.
Oh
So
my God.
good
You
luck
told
to
me there's
me.
one with Gangrel.
Yeah, and I've never seen that one up for sale, but
I
yeah.
personally would have loved to have Gangrel in an Undertaker set. I think that would have
Yeah,
looked super cool. I thought that would have been a cool set to have like Kane, Undertaker, Gangrel, and maybe Austin. That would have been a great set.
yeah, I
That,
agree.
that
Especially
would be,
like the creatures of the night kind of, right?
yeah. And it's like Undertaker, Kane, Gangrel, and all they're fighting Austin. It's perfect Attitude Era WWF.
I agree.
That'd been a great pack. But I know there's always like maybe two of everything. Like I know Undertaker has got the neck wrench. He has neck Kane in the neck wrench, and also Kane has Undertaker in the neck wrench.
Yeah, that's annoying to me. That's
Yeah,
and the same with the body slam and same with the
which I think Kane's body slamming Taker, and Taker has one body slamming Kane.
exactly. And I have the one where Kane's body slamming Taker, so I don't know. That's tough, but
But this is what we sign up for when we're character exclusive
yeah,
collectors.
yeah, I
So
suppose so.
yeah, I'm gonna have to have two on display. Begrudgingly one of Kane body slamming Taker, getting the upper hand.
I'm kind of cool with the one that. Do you have the other one with Undertaker slamming Kane?
I don't know about body slam. I think body slam I'm missing. I have neck wrench. I have
Is
neck
the
wrench.
Undertaker and
I have Royal Rumble. I'm missing body slam and pile driver. I think that's the other one called.
oh frick, I forgot about that one. That's one I don't have either.
I'm missing body slam.
So of course there's the two variants to pile driver. Great,
Of
thanks for
course.
reminding me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Well, we should get on to this
Yes.
match here,
Yes. Because we can always talk afterwards.
and we got more podcasts to do. So
Of course, we do. So I believe I am for Kanenite is using the YouTube version. Is it on WWE's YouTube?
yeah, it is actually. I was
Okay.
quite pleasantly surprised because I was kind of suspect about if I had to go on Daily Motion or something to find it.
Yeah, because I stumbled across the Undertaker Phenom VHS on Daily Motion. So I was like, this is
Oh,
interesting. I'm glad I can rewatch that again one day.
they have
But
everything on there.
I know, right? So Kanenite10 is queued up at the start of the WWE YouTube version of WrestleMania 14. And I am queued up at 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 3 seconds, which I believe this is where it starts with Howard Finkel saying, and now, which is when your YouTube video starts. So we will
Yep.
count down from 3. I will say press play, and we can get started on watching the very first encounter of The Undertaker versus Kane at WrestleMania 14. which feels like a lifetime ago in 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. So 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah,
This Pete
yep.
Rose stuff is great.
Isn't it? Does it go on for what, 3 years, right?
It does, yeah. I'm
I
kind of
can't believe that.
disappointed they never did it one more time. They did do a little throwback with that Halloween commercial. I don't know if you ever saw it. They had
I don't think I have.
they did a No Mercy commercial, and it was around Halloween. So they had Pete Rose greeting trick-or-treaters, and he's healing out on them,
Oh my God,
kids
that's
dressed as
funny.
whatever, and then he gets a knock, and then it's Kane there, and he says, "Hi, Pete," and then he goes inside and apparently allegedly beats him up, right?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Is that for
It's
No
great.
Mercy, No Mercy the game or No Mercy the pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
Fun.
This is also great. Uh, like, why'd he heal out? I don't get it. Just right off the bat, I kicked your ass.
Oh my God, this is classic. And the next year, is he the chicken next year?
It was, yeah.
Oh my God, yes. And then WrestleMania 2000. Yeah, I remember that.
The Bill Buckner line's really good too.
All of this stuff is classic. He's just classic heel in this town.
I don't get it. Like, I mean, all the celebrities now are pretty much like always pandering, right?
Yeah, it's it's Boston, and I think he played for the Phillies. I don't
The
know.
Reds,
The
Cincinnati.
Reds, the
Yeah,
Cincinnati Reds. Yeah.
the Bill
All
Buckner
the
line's
all the
great.
people that listen to this podcast now that are baseball people are gonna hate me.
I don't know if you
Since
know, but Bill Buckner in 1986, I believe, in the World Series, was it the World Series or the finals? Just before the World Series, there was like a little ground ball hit to Boston's first baseman, Bill, and it was just like a little ground ball that this guy should have picked up easy out, and it went through his legs, and it cost Boston the game, and
that's
they ended up
right.
losing the series. And his name was Bill Buckner, and that's where the Bill Buckner joke comes from. And
That's it.
he got death threats about that.
Oh yeah, it was so stupid things, but yeah, people do that. This is I love classic Kane entrance with the red light and Paul Bearer.
This for me is like the be all Kane, right? But
Yeah,
the this music is just the organ music's so cool.
it
The red
is.
light, everything. I just love it all.
It Undertaker and Kane's music, it just set the tone for the match.
It really did, yeah.
For every match that they're in, it just sets the tone. It just gets you all hyped up and everything. Like it's like a monster gonna do battle.
Also, like this, they're just standing there, and all right, we're gonna go.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think they should have kept the cape on Kane? Like we're talking about the
No,
Ultimate
no,
Editions and everything.
no, absolutely not.
Do you think they should have? Do you think you should have broken out for like special pay-per-views, like
No,
wearing it here, or you just don't
no, the
like it?
cape's too cheesy. I don't like it. At least for
Cape's too
me,
cheesy.
I hate it. I think it's too cheesy. I think it's too silly. It's also if you watch that like one video where he has it, all the fans are grabbing at it, and I feel like that would be a big issue too. It's just
Oh
too
yeah.
to me, it's too hokey. Like if Kane's like such a monster, like his whole thing, he's covered because he's burnt. Why does he need a cape? Like I understand when Kane talked about it that he was like, oh, he's you know making up for it or whatever it may be, like
hmm
very insecure and stuff. But oh, I got an ad if you want to pause, but
He just tombstoned Pete Rose. I
yeah,
know.
and they're rolling him out on the gurney.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
We're
we're back.
rolling him out on the gurney. You're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay,
I
I'm
got I
back
got to
too.
skip it. Yeah,
Yes.
they're rolling.
Good.
I love how he's just laying on his side on
Yeah,
the
right. He
gurney.
just
Just no
oh my,
care.
oh my God, that's hilarious.
Very
But yeah,
safe tombstone.
I could see where the cape would be. I think that the entrance cloaks and robes work better on Undertaker. than it would have on Kane.
Yeah,
So
Undertaker's more of a culty kind of figure. Like to me, Kane was like some burnt sociopath monster that didn't care about anything. And like why would he wear a cape sort of thing? I don't know.
do you like the 2-sleeve better than the 1-sleeve?
Uh I like them both a lot. I like
Yeah,
the idea of the two sleeve. Like the only reason he wore the two sleeve was because
because of the
um
first blood and the Inferno.
yeah, cover up. Like that's smart. He didn't wear it in the Inferno. He wore
Oh,
this
that's right.
costume.
Yes, that's right. He burns his actual.
Yeah, yeah. He wore the two sleeve for First Blood, which is really smart. I really like both though. I love the attire in general. Like all his attires up until the belt attire, I think are pretty solid.
The belt attire is that like 03,
Oh, two, yeah, when he
02.
returned.
Okay. Now we
Oh,
get
Fortuna.
the classic 04 tuna entrance of the Druids, which
I
then
wish they had a. I much prefer the Druid chanting. I'm not gonna lie.
the Druid. Oh yes.
When they like the WrestleMania 21, they chant when they come out instead.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like what they use now. Like I know they use that in like the
Yeah,
Goldberg match with Undertaker when they had the Druids.
yeah, they use it now whenever they have the Druids. The whole
Yeah.
Fortuna is kind of whatever, but this is a pretty iconic entrance.
Yeah. I think it's probably his most iconic entrance if
Yeah,
I
with
had to
like it
pick one.
panning up and the flames and stuff. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Couple really iconic shots here. You got Kane and the lightning.
Yeah.
That should be coming up right away. And then Undertaker walking under the fire is really that one pan up shot from the ceiling down is really iconic.
Hmm. Yeah, it's what they always use. I think still to this day when when they talk about WrestleMania and everything, and they show this
Yeah.
one with Undertaker.
Such a good cloak. I like this.
I love this cloak. I'm so glad that they're finally making it.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took them so long because he wore it for quite a while.
Yeah, he wore I think the rest of '98.
Even this attire, here we go. There's a pretty infamous, pretty cool Kane shot in
Yeah,
the lightning there.
the Lightning.
This shot right here, ceiling pan down, and there comes the Undertaker.
Yeah, this is iconic. I love this entrance
The
and the
WrestleMania
music
21's really good too.
and the music with the lightning and the thunder.
The lightning's really cool.
Yeah, it's the first time I think that they added effects to it. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I think it's the first entrance with effects in the background. So really adds something.
I really like his WrestleMania 20 entrance too, and how they
Oh
avoid
yeah.
showing his face for a while, and they have it like hidden behind the fire.
Hmm.
And then when you finally see him, his hat's covering his face, and it's just so well done.
It is well done. I like WrestleMania 20. I like WrestleMania 29 with the souls grabbing at him as
Yes,
for
that's a
Punk.
good one. Yep.
There's so
And
many good
17
entrances.
when he zooms by on his motorcycle is really good
Yes.
too.
Yeah, his
They're
motorcycle
pretty iconic.
entrances are always good.
He's going so fast on that 17 one, it just seems.
I love it.
I find it funny that they still have the block logo turnbuckles here.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
They'd
When
had
did
the
they?
scratch logo for a few months for sure.
Yeah, they had the scratch logo for a few months. I think when they changed the term, I'm trying to remember the Inferno match if they still had the block on the Inferno match.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
know. So you can definitely tell Kane has a little more weight on him, especially in
Yeah.
his mask and his face.
Yeah. You can definitely with the mask you can tell with the chin.
Yeah. I often wonder what it was like to wrestle in that mask. I can't imagine how shitty
Oh yeah.
it would be to breathe, especially being such a big guy.
Right? And especially in matches like the
The
Inferno,
Inferno
where it's
match.
like
Oh,
your oxygen is
Undertaker
being
says,
sucked in.
and the iconic stare off. I like how they're not uh, very straight, if you will, or whatever you want to say. It's kind of Kane's got his back more to the camera.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of cool.
I hope they recreate that on the back of the Ultimate Edition. I hope they recreate the stare down.
That'd be cool.
Because you got both figures in the series. Might as well always be promoting.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, Kane gets a lot of offense in the match.
Big time. You looked really strong, and the tombstones at the end too are just. That's what blew my mind.
Yeah, because at this time you didn't get anything other than one, maybe two.
Yo, I can't remember anybody kicking out of one.
Yeah, I try to remember. I know Hogan no sold one at Survivor Series.
Right. Yeah, he didn't kick out though.
Yeah, kicking out of one. Yeah, I don't think so.
Let alone two.
Yeah, and we'll eventually get to it when he does the third one. I like, he doesn't even go for the Undertaker pin.
Ooh.
Just pins him, like
Yeah, he
normally.
actually hooks the leg.
Yeah.
Oh, can't hook his leg there. No trio. Whoa, sorry, Kane. You could tell what they're going for there.
Yeah.
You can see Kane's really moving in this match too, compared to. But it is Mania.
Yeah. So it's like he's getting ready for it. He had a match prior to this, right? He fought at
He had
No
a
Way
few,
Out.
yeah, technically. He had I think his match versus Vader might have been before this. He had a Mankind match at Survivor Series. That was his first match.
Oh, okay.
Great turnbuckle by the Undertaker, just to
Yeah.
take the. I love how he jumps into them like that.
Yeah. It's like you can see like Kane Kane's like throwing them in.
Yeah, it's all Undertaker like throwing himself like that and jumping so big, but it looks great. Makes him look so good. His first match was against Mankind at Survivor Series 97, actually. And he did have other matches. I can't think of them
So
per
weird.
se,
It's so
but
weird to me. Like you would think this would be his first match. Because you
yeah,
think like he's coming for the Undertaker, so it's almost like he wouldn't want anybody but him. So it's kind of,
yeah,
it's kind of weird. Like for the longest time, I always thought Undertaker at WrestleMania was Kane's first.
yeah. No, they even had. I think they're testing it, but they had Kane's red light on for the whole match against Mankind.
Oh
And
my
it
God,
wasn't.
that must have sucked.
Yeah, it was like reminiscent of the Sin Cara lighting, but yeah, it was too
Ew.
dark and too.
Oh, I used to hate that when they did that with Bray Wyatt.
Yep, same thing.
That,
yep.
Oh my God, it was terrible, especially in the cell when they did that.
Yeah. So they did it with his first match against Mankind, and a lot of his early segments they just left the light on, and you might be thinking it's a segment, but they actually did it in the match.
Ugh. Yuck. Interesting that his first one would be Mankind and then Vader.
I think Vader was before because he.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I think Vader does.
It was like that mask match, and he hit him with a wrench, and.
Oh no, the mask match is Over the Edge. I remember that.
Okay.
But I think
Doesn't
he fight Vader at No Way Out? He may fight Vader at No Way Out because Vader gets involved in the Inferno match.
Wow, that's. What a interesting thing. Like Undertaker just went up on Kane's shoulders. I don't know if where point you're at, but like, oof.
Yeah, just had that. That was some sort of agility there.
So Kane's first TV match was against Mankind at Survivor Series, and then he also had a couple Madison Square Garden shows against Vader, but I assume those were house shows. That was in '97.
Is that the Cape? That must be the Cape matches.
Good call. Good question. I really don't. They must be.
They must.
If they're at
I think because I've seen the pictures of him with the cape, and he's got that really tiny entranceway. So I think that's Madison Square Garden.
And then it looks like his next match was against this. It's this match.
It's this match?
So his
Okay.
second official televised match because, yeah, Kane versus Vader was the next month.
Okay.
I love this. He hits him with the stairs, and the stairs almost hit the ref, and the ref's like, "Hey, wait a
Right?
minute."
Yeah. It's like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, what happened here? This stuff just almost crushed him. He had a dark match on Raw on April 28th, but where's the? Oh, it doesn't have the WrestleMania match listed. Oh, maybe we're not quite far enough here. Okay, he had a Madison Square Garden show against Chains. No Way Out in Texas. Kane beat Vader in February. So that would have been
Oh.
his second televised match.
And then
Then he had a match against Austin that was a no contest on Monday Night Raw. And then WrestleMania was his next. So he had 3 televised matches before.
Interesting. I had a feeling he fought Vader at No Way Out because it would have made sense then, because in the next match after this is the Inferno, and then that's when Vader is attacking Kane.
I'm pretty sure Kane hit Vader with a wrench. And then when Vader interfered in the Inferno match, they did a mask versus mask match, which Kane won.
Yeah, which would be over the edge.
I believe.
Yeah. That's when Vader says he's just a fat piece of shit.
Yes, that is very infamous for that. I remember watching that being like, okay.
I wonder if he hit Vader with one of those oversized wrenches like Jack's included in those figures.
Yeah, it was. It was an
Really?
Oh yeah, it was like a giant wrench.
Oh, so that's why Kane comes with a giant wrench accessory.
Yeah, that one actually makes sense. The scythe and stuff, that doesn't really make sense, but all right, it's had a couple more commercials. Kane's just beating on the Undertaker in a corner though.
Like I have this Undertaker figure joining me here with his classic scythe, like he always used.
Yeah, right. Just murdering people. Yeah, Undertaker just tried clotheslining Kane and Kane didn't go down. Right. I don't know where you are, but that's what just happened.
I have Kane now has Undertaker in a sleeper on the mat.
Oh, Kane just chokeslammed the Undertaker for me.
Okay, so we're close.
And Kane pulled the Undertaker up from the pin. There goes the streak right there. All right, here's the sleeper.
I always like looking back at these old matches. I wondered like if they could have had, if the Undertaker would have lost, like there it goes.
A random match, yeah.
Like there it goes. Like he could have easily lost this match.
Look at Paul Bearer. They're clapping for the Undertaker, and he's pointing around at the crowd.
Yeah, it's so like, classic.
Such old school there.
I love Paul Bearer. Like you said, I think he is underrated in some regards because when everybody says their favorite managers, you know, they always say Bobby Heenan, and you know they have Jimmy Hart, and I don't know who else comes in play, but I think Paul Bearer is definitely up there. Undertaker's fighting out of the now.
Yeah, he's just about working up now. But he's still on his knees. Now he's punching Kane.
Mm-hmm. Like the Undertaker tries to get some offense, and then Kane just comes by and just knocks him down with a clothesline.
Yeah. This is a big elbow. Don't see Kane hit those very often.
Right?
Usually misses them. Also, I noticed Kane's missing a stud on the back of his belt.
Kane's missing a stud on his belt?
Yeah, on the bottom. You can't see it from this angle. It's on his left side more.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and I see it here.
I just noticed that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Undertaker calling something. I caught that. He's talking to him.
Yeah. I have Kane on the apron.
Oh, Kane's not quite there. Oh, he's about to be, though. I remember this. Undertaker's just picking him up and hanging him up. Now he's on the apron. Kane's triceps are always just massive. Okay, I love this. This blew my mind when I was a teenager.
I know where you're coming from.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God, the
Oh,
dive over
yeah.
to the table, so cool.
It's amazing. It's amazing what he put his body through.
Just great, like,
And then
I
the
couldn't believe
guy in
it.
the chair falling on him. Oh,
I heard that like actually hurt his arm a bit
yeah,
because his arm's under there.
yeah. There's so many classic like images in this match, and even like that big boot to Kane from the apron to get Kane down. Even that's like on a trading card, I think, of that shot of Undertaker's boot hitting Kane.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
In the Superstars set, probably.
I think so. I think it even made like the a cover of one of those Undertaker comics.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
Hmm.
Oh, such a cool spot.
I know. Is that something you would collect too? Like if like the
Probably
photo of Kane
probably
on the comic?
not.
No.
Like I probably would if it came up for like super cheap, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to get something like that, you know?
Hmm. That's
Like
understandable.
unless it's like advertised as Kane, it's just Kane taking a move, kind of, right?
Yeah. Now you told me you're doing cards now. Are you doing just Kane cards, or are you doing cards
Oh
also
yeah.
like? Are you doing cards with just Kane taking moves on cards?
No, no, no. I won't do. It's just like a featured Kane. Like if it's
Featured Kane. So it's
Kane's,
not like if it
yeah.
says like Undertaker Tombstone and Kane, you're not going
No, no, I wouldn't go for that.
to
Yeah, just
understand.
Kane, just Kane's name and the autos and stuff. The autos are tough though because there's so many variants, and then there's a bunch of 101s, and those are obviously going to be like impossible to find. But I'll sort of do what I can, you know.
I'm
I
rooting
grew
for
up.
you.
I always like cards, like sports cards and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. So obviously, it's natural for me to gravitate towards the Kane cards as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
One
And
thing, wrestling cards are reasonably priced compared to other collectibles. Oh, I love this reversal. It blew my mind the first time I saw it. It's so telegraphed now when you watch it.
yeah, and
Crazy how Kane just.
I think before Kane, I think Psycho Sid was the only one to do it. Or I don't know if Diesel did it,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I know Psycho Sid reversed the Tombstone.
I also like how Kane pins, like he just holds the wrists.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I really, yeah, the first time I saw that, I was like, holy shit, that's the first time I'd ever seen that reversal. And Undertaker kicking out is cool and great. Lots of strength. Kane popping him back up so he can be safe and clasp his hands because you can see he doesn't have a good grip on him.
I
Really
just have
safe of Kane.
I just had Paul Bear yell, "Damn you, Deadman! Damn you
Damn
to
you to
hell!"
hell. I remember that. Undertaker's just punching Kane right now. I'm a little behind you, but that's okay.
That's okay. I can pause. I can pause so you catch up.
Undertaker just clothesline Kane.
I just have Undertaker giving the leg drop to Kane after the first tombstone, so I'll wait for you to catch up.
I think, Undertaker's just about to chokeslam Kane. Kane always went up really good for chokeslams, I noticed.
Yeah, especially for a big guy.
That one, not as much, but other ones. Okay, Paul Bear just said the damn you the hell part.
So I think you're
Damn you to hell.
about a minute behind. Maybe
Yeah, I
less.
got a couple more ads.
Oh,
Is his
okay.
first tombstone.
Yeah.
This one's not so bad. It's shoulder inside of his head. Ugh, gross.
I hear the commentary in the back is making me laugh.
Here comes the leg drop. I love the leg drop for whatever reason, and Kane just like doesn't even react to it.
Yeah. Okay, now we're on par.
Yeah. Kane just sat up.
Yeah. Perfect. We're
This second
perfect.
tombstone is brutal, but you can see Kane's foot hit the top rope, so Undertaker doesn't get him and drops him right on his head. I also like how Kane put his own hand up there for Undertaker.
It's like that when Undertaker covers Goldberg in the Goldberg match, Goldberg lifts his leg, but Undertaker doesn't even bother hooking it.
Oh, yeah. Did you notice like Kane's foot hit the top rope? I think that's why Undertaker
Yeah.
didn't get a good grip on him. Because when he's
It's
picking him
also
up,
it's also I've noticed it's hard to get a good grip on Kane because he's wearing this bodysuit.
yeah,
So
but
it's
usually
like
like you saw Kane clasp his hands, like Undertaker usually does that. But Undertaker just couldn't quite, he didn't have him very tight. So, here comes the flying clothesline.
oh, I love it. It's beautiful.
I like how Kane sells. He just kind of falls and now he's limp. Now here he comes.
Yeah. The third Tombstone King.
This one's a really clean tombstone.
Oh, it's the best. Boom. And then he hooks the leg.
See, look,
One,
Undertaker's clasping his
two,
wrists, right?
boom.
Yeah, and then he has to hook the leg. He's pinned him the other way. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And Kane still almost kicks out.
Oh, I don't know if that was supposed to happen or not, but
I don't think he was supposed to kick out. I think it was just one of those close things. Make him look strong.
Paul Bear has got a steel chair.
Yeah. And then Kane beats the tar out of the Undertaker. Paul Bear with his kicks.
Yeah, his awful timed kick. And the classic line from JR I always love coming up here. Undertaker's up. And Paul Bear's down.
That's funny. I like how Paul Bear bumps and he like rolls almost because he's so, rotund.
He's so rotund.
Oh, I'm curious. They're gonna block it for you? They're probably gonna block it for me. I'm pretty sure he hits him in the head, does he not?
No, he hits him on the back, and I think he tombstones it on him. I don't think he hits Undertaker with the chair in the head.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I can't imagine tombstoning on a chair has to suck. The edge right on your knees. Ugh.
Yeah.
Plus you're 300 pounds. You're holding a guy who's 300 pounds.
And then Undertaker's back has to hit that. Oh God.
That's
Oh.
not so. It's not even from very high, to be honest. But I feel worse for Kane's knees. Oh, he didn't touch it. That's not so bad. The back thing, it's actually not bad landing on a chair. Not as bad as you think.
Really?
No, it's not. Getting hit with them suck.
Oh, I can imagine.
I never take a straight headshot. I put my hands up, but I've seen wars between smaller countries with less intensity than this. That's so ridiculous.
Right?
That's so ridiculous. I love it.
JR, never change JR.
Yeah. So Undertaker left laying after a WrestleMania match. When's that ever happened? Never ever.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing I can think of would be Gonzalez, but then he returned after.
Right. That
And
was
then,
also pretty early too.
yeah,
What a stinker that was.
yeah, don't have to remind me. And I think it
Oh,
doesn't
Kane's had
happen.
his share. Don't worry.
It doesn't happen again until what, 27 with Triple H. I think that's
That's
the next
true.
time.
Well, when he starts really selling after all the matches, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty rare for an early one here, though.
yeah,
Good
really
match.
rare.
Still enjoy it. I still will say it's my favorite match. Like, obviously, since I'm a wrestler, I see things a little differently. I'm sure I pointed a few things out to you that maybe you never noticed before, but my my favorite match now, like as a wrestler, is Undertaker Shawn from 25. That match is perfect. That match is unbelievable.
I do love that match. I see. I like when people. I don't like always saying that's my favorite match because almost everybody says that's their favorite Undertaker match.
It's
So
so
it's
good
like,
though.
I like to go against the odds and maybe pick something different. But I do love the Shawn Michaels match. I love the Kane match. There's so I can like I it's so hard to pick a Undertaker match for me.
We're
It
gonna
just
have to do another watch along with the Inferno match. I request that.
I was just gonna say, would you like to join me here again for the Inferno match?
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to go through this feud.
Do I think that's a good thing to do. Like we do every like the Undertaker Kane feud, drag it out.
Yes, sir. I'm down for that.
Yeah, because I think between the two, I like the Inferno match just a little bit better because I like the visuals. I like the visual aspects of the Inferno match.
That's fair.
I love it both though. I Undertaker and Kane's feud is just chef's kiss. I love going through the matches. So I'm definitely up for an entire run of Undertaker Kane matches and feuds with you.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. So, anything else that you would like to touch on, maybe with your collection or anything else
I
before
think
we?
we got just about everything in there. Like I say, I'm still gonna say this is my favorite match. Like as a fan, that match had such a profound impact on me, and I probably wouldn't be wrestling today if I hadn't seen that match when I did. It
Wow.
really made me, yeah, like I said, I kind of fell out of wrestling a little bit, and then I was able to download some old Kane stuff. And that match, I was like blown away. I'm like, holy shit, Kane kicked out of two tombstones, almost three. Like that insane dive by the Undertaker, the tombstone reversal, like everything to me that just it really I probably wouldn't be wrestling if it wasn't thanks to that match. So I
Wow.
still
So,
say it's my favorite match.
well, rightfully so then. I, it's amazing, See, I don't know if I have, it'd probably be an early match from Undertaker, like 99 or 2000 that would have that kind of impact. But I know a moment that has the impact is the first moment I saw him, like literally uh putting Austin on the cross on his symbol and just everything that surrounded that. He had the dark lights, the music, him
Yeah,
rolling his eyes in the back of his head, and just had the mannerisms and everything like that. It instantly grabbed me, and I
that's cool. Yeah,
haven't turned back since. It's just like
that's so iconic. Yeah,
it was just I'm six and a half years old. That's like December of 98, six and a
and
half,
you love this demonic guy.
right? Right. And I had to be the one at 6 years old to make my parents become Undertaker fans. And luckily I succeeded. But it's just, you never think like something like that would, but it just goes to show you like something so cool and something so simple is able to grab you and just latch
It
on for
really
like
is. Yeah,
20 something odd years.
I've always resonate. I've always liked horror and horror movies and horror movie characters and like masks and stuff like that. And I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
why Kane really drew to me is because he's a horror movie character basically. A big guy in
Yeah.
a mask, big. I love how he's so huge. Red's my favorite color growing up. So like the red, he just looked cool, the cool costume, this monster that didn't talk. His mask is so cool. That's like really what drew me to Kane.
Yeah, I mean, he's perfect for you then if you have all those things, it just meshes perfectly.
Yes, yes.
And and on the flip side, my favorite colors were blue and purple, and that's what I got with
There you
Undertaker.
go. Wow, we really
And
are. You're really the yin to my yang here, eh?
right, right. My favorite superhero is Batman, and Undertaker always has like these Batman style cloaks.
He really does, and he had that bad entrance at that one Survivor Series, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
He said he didn't like it, but I thought it was cool.
It was super cool. Well, if I was him, I probably wouldn't like it either. Coming down from the rafters in this gigantic cloak, and you have to land in these people.
Well, he said that he thought it was kind of hokey or something.
Yeah, it was, but it was 97 and 96, whatever.
I don't know. I
Everything was
thought it was
hokey.
pretty cool. I don't know.
I
I thought it
love it.
was like
I
no
love
more
it.
hokey than having everybody come out with torches and walking you out, in my opinion. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I love it though.
Yeah, I do too. I really like that entrance.
Yeah, and I liked that's when he changed into like the all black and the leather and everything. That was I love that
Yes.
style taker.
Yes, yes, that's right. All right, well, my friend.
So, yeah, truly the yin to your yang, as you said.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, so um more of a Jason guy or Michael Myers guy with the mask?
Jason's my
Jason.
guy.
Jason.
Friday, I think I like Jason's I like Jason more as is, and I like the
Hmm.
Friday the 13th more as is, but they're also some of the earliest horror movies I remember watching on TV. So I think a little
Oh,
bit of that had to do with nostalgia. I also used to live in a very wooded area, so that always
oh my
resonated
God.
with me because he scared me, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he actually scared me, right? So and yeah, Jason always for sure, and even now, like analyzing them, there are some great Michael movies, but to me, the Friday the 13th are a little more consistent for my taste, anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm more of a Halloween Michael Myers guy.
My
That was like the
yin,
first one I saw. That was my favorite horror film. So it's like,
still the yin to my yang,
and
eh?
then that's the sit up Undertaker does for Michael Myers. So it's
Yeah.
right
Oh,
there.
that first, I'll give you this. That first Halloween was so phenomenal. Greatly shot. I love John Carpenter, so
That's my
great.
favorite one.
It had, well, I mean, it has to be that one or the second one. I like the second one a lot. I wish the second one
Yeah.
was paced better. It had bad pacing because it was like pretty slow in places, but I thought it was a pretty good movie. And Dick Warlock was a really good Michael Myers.
Yeah. I just saw the second one for like the first time a couple years ago, and I really liked it.
Oh, like the original second one, right?
Yeah.
Like the old one. Yeah, I also really have a thing for old timey songs in movie soundtracks, like how they had Mr. Sandman. I really
Yeah.
like that. I thought it was creepy and good and perfect. It was like
Mhm.
such a perfect creepy vibe thing.
Yeah. I agree. And there is no better horror icons than The Undertaker and Kane. And as
Michael Myers and
Canaanite,
Jason.
well, of course, but this is a wrestling
Yeah.
podcast. Don't want to dive away too much. Um, but as Kanenite10 perfectly suggested, we will continue the Undertaker and Kane feud with the next installment of the Inferno Man at Unforgiven in your house the next time he is able to join me. And I just want to say thank you again for joining me here today. It is always a pleasure talking to you, whether it be on here or Instagram. You're always great to talk to, my friend.
Yes, yes. My brother from Destruction from the United States. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. To be considered a fellow brother of destruction, as I like to call you, up north. Um, I think this is a perfect way to cap it off. Until next time, keep on rolling, baby.